Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Soshi. Thank you for tuning in. If it's again to me and Ashley's dynamic duo yoga classes, this has been really fun for us. So thank you so much for joining. I'm going to do the first half of this flow just to kind of get your body warmed up and moving. But as always, let's start first in a comfortable position, lying down on your backs. So your legs can be extended out long in front of you. You could bend your knees and plant the feet on the ground, especially if you have low back strain. As soon as you lie down, you want to just make sure that you're comfortable, so you might need to bend the knees. And then feel free to close your eyes, or maybe you just gaze at one point. And let's take a couple rounds of breath together. So inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale. Two more, breathe in through the nose, open mouth, exhale. And then one more time, take a full breath in on your own. And then open mouth, exhale. Maybe you make this one audible. Maybe you make it a really loud sigh. Maybe even doing that a couple more times on your own, so that you begin to integrate from whatever you were just doing a couple moments ago to right now, being in your body and holding this time for yourself as sacred, this time to connect to your body, bringing the mind and the breath together, and then the mind, or body, breath, maybe notice your heart beating in your chest. Maybe feel the breath moving in the body. Where do you sense your breath the most? For many of us, it's right in that belly space. For some of us, it's in the heart space. And for some of us, it's a little harder to tap into. You might just be feeling that breath moving right above the top lip. In through the nostrils, out through the nostrils. Feeling the full inhalation and the full exhalation. See if you can really notice the very beginning of your inhalation, the middle of it, and the end of it. And then the very beginning of the exhalation, the middle of it, and the end of it. Following your breath with your mind as it flows in and out. As you calm your nervous system by focusing on your breath. On your next breath in, I want you to reach the arms all the way back behind you. If your knees are bent, stretch the legs out long in front of you, like you're just waking up in the morning. Staying right there for a moment, stretched out long, take a full breath in, and then a breath out. From here, we're gonna find a side body stretch through the right side. You're gonna walk your feet to the bottom left corner of your mat. And then cross your right ankle over the left ankle if that feels okay. From here, take your hands to either opposite elbows or opposite forearms, and then begin to slide your upper body to the left as well, so that you're creating a banana shape with your entire body, right? And you should be feeling a nice lengthening through the whole right side. And take a breath in, and then a breath out. One more time here, inhale, and exhale. Release your feet first, so just let them come back through center. Slide the upper body back through center, and we'll just switch sides. Start with the feet. Walk the feet over to the bottom right corner, crossing the left ankle over the right, and then just kind of sliding that upper body, creating a little bit of a banana shape with your entire body, so that you feel that all through your left side, right? And then just take a moment there to breathe in deeply, and then breathe out. One more inhale,
One more exhale. Come back through center, unwind the feet. Stretch yourself out long again. One more time, breathe in. And then as you exhale, let's hug the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice big squeeze. Maybe letting yourself rock from side to side. You can move your knees in some circular motions. And then find legs up the wall pose just for a moment. Reach your feet up towards the ceiling. And that should feel pretty nice on the legs. Take some movement. You can roll out through your ankles. You might spread the toes really wide. If you're getting a lot of walking in these days, right, maybe your feet are a little sore if you're running, right? And then hug the knees back into the chest. Keep your right knee where it is. Just leave it there. Plant your left foot down. Cross your right ankle for figure 4 over the left thigh. Take your right hand and just gently guide that right thigh, right knee forward. You're going to keep your left foot planted and then let yourself roll to the outside edge of the left foot so that the right foot is moving over to the left. You could let your arms open wide here. I like my palms face down. And then inhale through center and roll to the inside edge of your left foot. So now the knees are moving to the right. And that might feel good, so you might just kind of go a little side to side. It might feel better to stay in one direction. And then you can come back through center. If you'd like a little more, begin to walk the left heel in towards the left glute. You could even come to the ball mount and you could stay there or lift the entire left leg, taking your hands behind the left hamstring. Sometimes it feels nice to extend the left foot towards the ceiling to even flex through the right foot so that you're still active right through your legs. And then when you're ready, you can release the left foot. Release your right foot down. Just take one bridge pose. So bring your arms down by your sides. Really press down through the palms and into the feet as you let your hips rise off the ground. Imagine that the knees are moving forward and then the chest is getting this nice opening, right? Think of chest moving towards chin, chin away from the chest. Gaze up. Squeeze the glutes. You want to protect your low back. Breathe in. Slowly exhale and start with the upper back first, then the mid back, and then the low back. You're still warming up, so you want to be gentle with your body. Figure 4, left ankle crosses over the right thigh. You can let your arms open, roll to the outside edge this time of your right foot. And you can linger there and breathe. And then roll through center to the inside of the right foot. You can take your time here. You might go side to side, moving a little smoother. You might linger somewhere. Or maybe you're ready to come back to center and just begin to walk the right heel a little closer towards that right glute. You could start on the ball of the right foot. And then you might draw the right knee towards your chest, looping your hands through the legs, interlacing them. And then again, you might pretend your right foot is stamped on a wall, or you could extend it like you're standing in a figure 4. Take a breath in, breath out. And then slowly release. Right foot comes back down. Plant the left foot down. And then let's hug the knees into the chest, cross the ankles, hands behind your knees, get a little momentum. And cross all the way as you come forward onto all fours, finding your tabletop position. Take a big breath in, we'll find cow pose. Start with the tail, lift the tail up, drop the belly down, and reach the heart forward. For cat pose, you exhale, press into the palms, draw the tailbone down, right? Think of the way a cat or even a dog, when they get kind of angry, they coil up through the spine. Same thing here. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. One more. Breathe in, cow. On the last one, exhale for cat. Tuck the toes. And then lift your hips for downward facing dog. And then take a moment here, really press into your hands. So you're pressing firmly like the chest is moving towards your thighs. You might need to lift your heels really high. You might need to bend your knees a lot. You might need to walk your feet a little wider. Maybe even your hands are turning out slightly and they're wider than shoulder width apart, right? Take some time to play with your down dog, right? It's different in every single body, right? That V shape is nothing to try and attain. It's just something that we see in magazines and we think that that's the right way to do it. So yours can look so different, and own that. Let's inhale, lift the heels high, roll forward to a high plank. Just like that cow pose, right? On the inhale, lift the hips back up, down dog. And then exhale, roll forward, high plank. We'll do that one more. Inhale, hips high. Exhale, forward plank. Breathe in right here, drop your knees. Release the tops of your feet. Keep your core really strong right here. We're gonna do some little baby push-ups. Breathe in, chest comes forward. Exhale, you're gonna lower down halfway. Elbows are squeezing in and moving back, and your shoulders never go below the elbows. On the inhale, straighten the arms. On the exhale, lower down halfway. This is a chaturanga push-up. One more, inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, you lower down halfway, and then come all the way down. Press your pubic bone down, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your heels, and then lift your chest for Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Here's your back bend. So squeeze everything in the backside body and breathe in. Exhale as you release. Tuck the toes or press up first into a tabletop or press all the way up into down or into high plank. Breathe in. Downward facing dog is your exhale. Take a big breath and lift the heels. Bend your knees a lot. So this is called turbo dog. You're gonna press so much into your hands. You wanna imagine a little buoyancy here, pressing your hips back towards your heels. Breathe in. Let's take right knee forward, like you're bringing it to your chest. Hover the shoulders over the wrists. On the breath in, it's turbo dog. That right foot goes back, you bend the knees. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, turbo dog. Exhale, take right knee to the right elbow this time. Inhale, back to your turbo dog. Exhale, left knee to the left tricep. Last one, inhale, back to turbo dog. Twist, right knee to the left. Woo! Last one, inhale, turbo dog. Exhale, twist left to the right. Inhale, back. Forward fold, feet come forward. And then take a moment here, you might grab opposite elbows. You might bend the knees. So it's a variation of ragdoll. If your wrists are a little sore, that was a lot, take your hands, palms face up, and maybe walk your feet on top of them, giving them a little bit of a massage. Let's take a breath in, and then a full breath out. Very slowly, let's roll all the way up to standing. And then circle sweep the arms out and up. On the exhale, cactus the arms, open up through the chest. Inhale as you reach hands high. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Step the left foot to the back of your mat. Low lunge, drop the left knee. Anjaneyasana, release the top of the left foot. Arms go forward and up. All right, so you're pressing forward through your right foot and then down and back through the left foot. Kind of like you're ripping that mat apart. Should feel it in your left hip flexor a little. If it's too much, maybe try tucking the back toes or don't lunge so deep. Right hand to your waist, take your left hand up and then take it over to the right for a side body stretch. Breathe in. Take a full breath out. Inhale right here. And exhale. Come back up through center, hands reach up. And then take them down to the ground. Walk your right foot over to the right a little bit. Maybe even turn the toes to an angle. You're gonna open up through your hips. So you can take your right hand and guide the right knee wide open. Yeah, and then just take a moment there, breathe in. You might add a twist, taking the heart towards the sky. Find half splits. Move your hips back and just flex through the right foot. Keep a bend in the right knee, right? So you want to feel this on the back of your right leg. Breathe in. Take a breath out. And then come forward, plant your right foot. Let's tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Simple twist, plant your left palm, reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. Nice full breath in. You could stay right here or walk your left hand forward, ahead of the left shoulder, horizon lunge. Spin to the outside edge of the left foot, turn the right toes, reach back with your right hand. You should be feeling that right there in your right glute. Breathe in. Full breath out. Inhale, lift up, unwind yourself, just back to a low lunge. Take a breath in as you gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, cactus the arms, let it go. Inhale, reach hands high. Hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Either stay here or inhale, lift the heels, roll forward, high plank. Your choice. You could take the variation we did with knees down, lowering halfway, then all the way. Or find a chaturanga with knees lifted where your elbows stay squeezing in. And then it's upward facing. Flip to the tops of the feet. Squeeze the glutes. Big breath in. Down dog is your exhale. Let's all meet here and breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend your knees. Gaze forward. Exhale, lightly step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose, bend into the knees. Sit the hips down and back and breathe in. Exhale, fly your arms back. Keep squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. On the inhale, arms fly forward and then up. Breathe in. Forward fold is your exhale. Halfway lift, big breath in, strong core. Step the right foot back, low lunge. Drop the right knee, Anjaneyasana on this side. Arms go forward and up. Imagine ripping the mat apart, right? And then left hand to the left waist. Right hand up and over to the left. Little side body stretch. Yeah, breathe in. Full breath out. Come back up through center. And then it's half splits. Hands come down. Hips glide back. Oops, I skipped a part. So plant your right foot again. Walk your right foot out just slightly. And then take your left, I'm getting all my things wrong. Left foot is still forward. Turn the left toes out and you can guide that left knee open. You could twist. You can even add a left arm to the sky, right? Just feel into your body right here. Take a breath in. And then from here, release the left hand down. Now it's your half splits. Let the hips glide back. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Try to keep a little micro bend in that left knee, right? One more inhale. And then come forward. Plant the left foot. So left toes are facing forward. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. Simple twist, your left hand goes up to the sky, right palm is down. You could stay right here for horizon lunge. Walk the right hand slightly ahead of the right shoulder. You're gonna spin to the outside edge of the right foot. Turn the left toe, same degree as the knee, and then left arm reaches back. So you're opening up in the chest, pressing firmly through that right hand like a side plank. Breathe in, full breath out. Come back to a low lunge, front of your mat. And then from here, press into your hands, step back into a high plank, breathe in. And then from here, you could shift forward, find a chaturanga, lower down halfway, maybe all the way. Find your baby cobra or an upward facing. And then we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. drop the knees, child's pose.
So we are in that child's pose, right? So really extending through the arms, drawing those hips back to the heels. Really feeling this shape. Right, maybe you rock a little side to side. And then slowly begin to pull your way up into your downward facing dog, right? So tuck those toes, hips go up and back. Right. Coming into a three-legged dog, extend your right leg back, lift up through that heel. Now with control, hug your knee into your chest and really hug it in and up. Right, send it away. Right knee, right elbow, hug it in and up, and then send it away. Right knee, left armpit twist, right? And then extend your right leg out for fallen triangle. Take your left hand, reach it all the way up, feeling that back bend, that rotation, really trying to maybe smile through this. Take that top hand, reach it forward, and then keep the legs the same. Pivot on the back toes. Keep walking your right leg to the left, and then drop your hip down. Holy cow, right? Feeling your IT band, your outer hip, right? Together, big breath in, big breath out. Or if your nose is a little congested, maybe it's harder to breathe. Very slowly, we're gonna press into our hands, lift up, extend your right leg back. Heel into the glute, bend the knee, open that hip, find some circles. Right, really enjoying the sounds that your hips are creating. And then extend that right leg back, knee into the chest, step through. Let's find some cow and cat lunges, right? So dip the hips, heart forward. Cat lunge, maybe two straight legs, lift high on that back heel. All right, continuing forward and back for a few more times. Really just feeling into these legs, this body, this moment. And then when you come to your cat lunge, stay there. Peel high on that back heel, bend your front knee. Let's find low pyramid. So back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Right toes are pointed forward. Hands can come down or to blocks. Whatever you have handy. Right? And then really just beginning to find some length in the spine. And then fold. Actively trying to draw that right leg up and back so you're squaring the hips. Together, big breath in. Big breath out. Very slowly, we're going to bend that front knee. And you're going to take that right leg up into your standing splits. Or left leg, left and right. Right, letting that head release, flex through that lifted foot a lot. Giant step back, low lunge. Let's reach up into our high crescent. Finding some strength and stability. You can even wiggle that back foot a lot, so then you really find a nice wide stance. Right, hug your rib cage in, feel the strength, look up, look in between your fingers at all of that potential that you have. Right, lean and fly, chest leans forward. We're energy through that leg back on the toes. And then inhale, reach up, high crescent. And then hands down, high plank. Optional flow, optional vinyasa, whatever you need. Right, coming back into that downward facing dog. Together, big breath in, big breath out. Send your left leg up and back. Right knee into the chest, hug it in. And then send it back. Right, with control, we're not flinging our leg. Take your left knee to your left armpit. Send it back. Left knee, right armpit twist. And then extend the left leg out. So it's that fallen triangle. Lift your right hand up. Press down through the left arm. Really find this gentle back bend. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take your top hand, reach it forward. Come to the back toes. And begin to walk your left leg over to the right. Right, maybe dropping that hip down, looking up, looking forward. Holy cow. Right, maybe smiling, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Whole body stretch. Right, big breath in, big breath out. Slowly press into the hands, send that left leg high. And then knee into the chest, hug it in, step through. Let's find those cow and cat lunges. All right, so blocks are really nice so that you can kind of lift off of the earth a little bit. So bend your back knee, lift that heart forward. Finding that cat lunge, back heel lifts. And closing down the eyes, going back and forth at your own pace. Remembering that yoga is about connecting to the body, the heart, and the mind, right? It's not about perfection. It's not about acing any pose. It's about being safe while also growing. Very slowly come back through center. So you're going to bend that front knee, remove the blocks, actually keep the blocks. You're going to find that low pyramid, right? So my feet are about hips width distance. Back foot at a 45-degree angle, reach forward through the chest, and then melt. Right, if you're doing this with no blocks, hands can come onto the ground or something around you, right, you can reach, and then fold. Also, a wider stance is not a better stance, so you can always shorten your stance. Let's stay for one more breath. Bend your front knee, back leg lifts, standing splits. Really turning those toes down, lifting up through that glute with that leg. And then giant step back. Find a nice wide stance. Find your high crescent. Right, sometimes I like to just take my hands to my hips first, right, and be like, hey quad, what's up? Right, bend please. Right, and then lengthen your back leg. Reach up through those fingers, look up, lean and fly. Take it back, reach the crown of the head forward, hug your core in, high crescent, reach up. Take those hands forward and down, high plank. Optional flow, meeting back in child's pose. Coming back to our breath, and really beginning to slow everything down. This is a good opportunity to take a sip of water, adjust your clothes. We're really beginning to connect to this body, this mat, this moment. Together, let's take a big breath in, big breath out. We're going to plant the hands, downward facing dog, tuck those toes, hips go up and back. You're going to step forward into warrior one. So right leg forward, left foot back. Widen that stance as much as you can, right? And then reach up. Sealing both feet down. Feeling that strength in the legs, tucking the pelvis slightly. Breathe in and breathe out. Take those hands behind you, interlace at the low back. You're going to punch those palms down. Try to drive the arms away from you, right? Lift up through that chest, and then release, right? Hands reach up. Take the hands forward and down. Pivot on the back heel, wide-legged Prasarita Padottanasana. Letting the head release, hands can root down into the mat. Let's stay for 5 breaths. Always shifting the weight slightly forward, almost like you're gonna fall, but then you catch yourself. Together, inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, fold. Draw your heels in, toes out. Take your hands onto your ankles, right? And then begin to draw your knees away with those elbows. Sink down through those hips. Let the head look down to lengthen the neck. Maybe rock a little side to side. Be like, whoa, this feels kind of weird. Right? Together, big breath in. Big breath out. Very slowly, low lunge, top of the mat. And we're gonna find downward facing dog. Okay, so both feet down, send that chest back. Head is framed by the biceps. Step your left leg forward, warrior one. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Hands can start on hips, right? To square those hips a little bit more forward. And then reach up through the fingertips. Seal that back foot more. Once again, if you need a wider stance, take it. If you need a shorter stance, take it. Take those hands behind you, interlace the fingertips, draw the arm bones back, and then punch those palms down, lift up through the chest. All right, so gentle back bend. And then inhale, reach all the way up, hands all the way down. Pivot on the back heel, wide-legged Prasarita Padottanasana. Right, maybe moving a little side to side, finding whatever you need, right? So one of my favorite things to do is to walk the hands over to the right leg, take the weight forward, shift the body towards my right leg, and then to find the second side. So it's really yogi's choice, whatever you need, because I am not in your body and you are in your body. So listen to the information that it is giving you. Coming back through center. Let's stay for a couple more breaths. This is also a good opportunity to do a headstand if that is in your practice. And if you're working on it, you can really walk the hands back underneath you, draw the elbows in, and try to plant that head down and maybe shift forward, right? So those heels kind of lift. Yeah. Okay, let's stay for one more breath in. One more breath out. Everyone halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heels in, toes out. And you're gonna find that stance, right? So hands onto the ankles, really rocking a little side to side, finding some depth, looking down in front of you, finding these hips a little bit more, right? And then when you're ready, slow and steady, low lunge, top of the mat. And we're gonna just step forward into a forward fold. Letting the head release. Shake it side to side, yes and no. Inhale as your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna step back into our down dog. And we're gonna roll forward all the way down to our mat. All the way to the belly. All right, so you can do that through chaturanga, whatever. And we're gonna find a few rounds of cobra. Right, so what I want you to do is extend the legs back, arms back, and just let the whole body release first. We're gonna relax first, and then we'll take our cobra. Or not cobra, sorry, locust. Shalabhasana. But just feel this whole body release. Feel how intimate it feels to breathe with your belly touching the mat instead of your back on the mat. And then when you're ready, let's find crocodile. Stack one hand on top of the other. Let the forehead rest on the back of the hands. You're going to start with the legs. So you're going to lengthen those legs back. You're going to press into the tops of the feet. Light up the quads, the knees. Really engage and energize the legs. And you're going to hug the core in. And you're going to extend the arms back behind you now. Right, reaching the crown of the head forward. You're going to inhale, lift up just the arms, the shoulders, the face, right? So the legs are energized towards the back of the mat. Light up the fingertips, reach up just as high as you can, and then release everything down. Gaze in the opposite direction. If it feels good, you can bend the knees, draw the feet up, and you can windshield wiper the feet. And then extend the legs back. We're going to find locust again. So palms face down, crown of the head reaches forward, hug that core in. This time just lift the feet. Right? So really energize the feet. Palms planting down, hug your core in. Right? Inhale just a little bit higher. And then exhale, release. Gaze in the opposite direction. Once again, if that felt good, you can bend the knees, knock the feet. And then when you're ready, slow and steady, come back through center. We're gonna find the whole locust, whole Shalabhasana. So on your next in, so what's gonna happen is we're gonna lift our hands, shoulders, head, feet, everything. So we're gonna be balancing pretty much on our belly. So hug that core in, light up the legs, light up the arms. On your next inhale, lift all the way up. Feel like you are super, right? Superman, superwoman. Feel all of the strength, right? Inhale takes you always a little higher. Exhale, you just stay, right? Inhale, reach a little more. And exhale, stay. One more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, release. Come all the way down. Closing down those eyes. Feel your heartbeat. Feel that work. Let's find one round of bow. Draw your heels in. Reach for the outside edges of your feet. Draw the knees together. Try to make sure that they don't splay. And then inhale, lift up. Lift shoulders, lift knees. And try to talk through this. This is super difficult. Right? Really beginning to press feet into hands, hands into feet. Lift a little higher. And then exhale, release. Let's press back into a child's pose, knees together, arms alongside the body. Take your time. Does not have to be a fast transition. Feeling your shoulders just wrap around you on the sides. Together, let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Let's plant into the hands, lift up through the chest. Let's find one of my favorite poses, broken toe pose. Awful name, great posture. So what you're gonna do is you're going to tuck your toes and try to make sure like all of your toes are planted onto the mat. If not, that's fine, but you're gonna try to get most of them. I like to tuck my toes, lift my knees to make sure that my toes are planted, and then release your knees down. Hands walk on top of the thighs. At any point, you can always come out, right? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach the arms out to the sides of the room. Right arm underneath left for eagle arms, right? Reaching up through the arms, hug your core in, breathe into that back heart space. Notice all of the things, notice all the feelings, right? Together, let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Very slowly release the arms. Reach them to the sides of the room. Second side, left arm underneath right. Yeah, so the arms are pretty much to distract you from your feet. Soften your shoulders away from the ears. Lift your elbows up and forearms, maybe draw forward. Let's stay for one more breath in. One more breath out. Release the arms, release the toes. Whew. Kind of soften them down. And then let's find our seat, center of the mat. So we're going to go into a meditation, a seated meditation. So if you have blocks or I have a meditation pillow, anything that's a comfortable seat that you can stay on for a while. So you're going to want to sit down or whatever you choose. And then as you come to your seat, really just get comfy, right? So move any clothes out of the way that you need, right? And then take your hands on your knees, close down your eyes, and really just begin to feel. And as you close down your eyes, you begin to go inward. And so much of our lives are visual, and we are taking in things from our eyes. So when we close the eyes, sometimes this can be very difficult. And so maybe you kind of shake your elbows a little side to side. Take your shoulders up to your ears, roll them back and then down. And then I want you to notice if you are leaning forward. Right? Can you lean just a little bit back? And then find that sweet spot of right in between. So often when I meditate, when I set up my seat, my stance, I like to think of when we lean forward, we are in the future, right? We are leaning towards that space. And if we lean too far back, we are in our past. But right when we are right in the middle, shoulders right over hips, we are right in the present moment. So together, let's take a big breath in. Seal the lips and breathe out through the nose. And begin to find maybe a count of 4, 5, or 6 on the inhale. And then match your exhale with that same count. And I challenge you guys at the very top of your inhalation to slightly pause and sip in more. And very slowly coming into your exhalation, pushing out a little at the bottom, and then finding your inhalation. And when we begin to slow down the breath, I begin to slow down the thoughts. And when we begin to lengthen the breath, we begin to calm the parasympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight, that anxiety, that stress. If you want to create Ujjayi breath, that gentle constriction at the back of the throat, that is something to begin here. Always remember that when your mind wants to take you elsewhere, just to say no thank you and come back to your breath. Remembering why you showed up, why you pressed play, finding gratitude for this body, this body, this body. Slowing down your breath, slowing back down to natural breathing. Noticing how it feels to go from controlled breathing to back to regular. And softly begin to bring a smile to your face. I bring my hands together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. I bow my forehead to my fingertips. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. I hope you have an amazing day, remembering how amazing you truly are. Namaste.